What's up, you guys? My name is Ariana and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you guys can tell from today's title, today's video is going to be how I fit all of my thick natural hair underneath my wigs. Now, I'm not going to be applying the wig in this video only because I feel like the video would be too long, and I kind of just like keeping my videos short, sweet, and to the point so you guys don't get bored. If you guys are new, go ahead and subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you guys will get alerts whenever I do upload. Follow me on all of my social media platforms and visit my website if you are interested in wigs, bundles, frontals, etc. I always wash my hair before I put my braids in for my wigs because I normally leave the braids in for 3 weeks to a month. I do have an updated wash day routine that is more in-depth and detailed. If you guys want to watch that, I'm going to put it in a card above. But as for this video, I didn't want to keep explaining it because I already have another video on that. Once my hair is washed, I will go ahead and section it out. I'll spritz my water on it if it got dry. I will apply olive oil, and then for this video, I'm also going to be applying Blue Magic hair grease. Now, I know a lot of natural people like to use the new and cute updated products, but I'm not about to reinvent the wheel. Hair grease has made my hair grow tremendously and keeping it in braids, so I'm just going to continue to do what my mom did when I was younger. So as you guys see, I'm just here detangling it. I'm going to be applying my BTZ Turn Up the Heat Protectant, and then I'm going to go ahead and blow dry my hair. I think this is called the stretch method. Basically, I just detangle all my hair and pull it down with my hand, and then I blow dry the section up and down, and then I'll detangle it again to get it like even more smooth, and then I will blow dry it again until it's dry. It's a very simple process. It's just this is how I have to blow dry my hair now because one, I don't have a comb attachment on the end of my blow dryer. I'd probably break that anyway because my hair is too thick. So this is just the easiest method for me to blow dry my hair. I am using a Denman brush. I go back and forth between my wide tooth comb and my Denman brush, and this is literally just what gets my hair blow dried. Once I'm done, I will go ahead and twist it and get it out of the way. Sometimes my ends do get a little bit dry from the heat, so then I'll go back in with a little bit more hair grease, add it to the end, and then twist it until it's done, and then I'll move it out of the way and then repeat. In my opinion, blow drying your hair is an optional step, but since I'm going to be braiding my own hair, I do not feel like fighting with my hair to try to section it out whenever I'm trying to braid. So I've noticed that I get my braids the flattest and the neatest whenever I do blow dry it first. I know some people don't like heat on their hair, but my hair is pretty healthy and it's kind of long, as y'all can see. So at this point, I don't really care if I do get heat damage, but I'm doing the things to prevent heat damage, such as using the BTZ heat protectant. You guys can choose to blow dry your hair, or you can leave it in its natural state whenever you're braiding your hair down for your wigs. But I'm telling you guys, it makes your life a whole lot easier when you do blow dry it, and it will also help you keep your hair moisturized, and your installs will be a lot flatter because your hair underneath is not bulky or whatever it is. You guys can still get a flat install whenever you don't blow dry your hair, but it's just, it may take you longer to do the braiding part of it, only because you're gonna have to fight with your hair, and then you're gonna have to detangle each section at a time instead of just doing it all at once. My hair has grown a lot in the last 2 years. I haven't straightened my hair for 2 years, so wigs and protective styles is what has helped my hair grow. If you guys want to see my natural hair journey story, I'm going to put it in the card above. That way you guys can get more details on exactly how I grew my hair out. I also have a video on how I grew my hair out too, so those are 2 separate videos, but I'll put both of those up there in the separate cards. We are finally onto the braiding. Since I have a lot of hair and I like for my installs to be as flat as possible, I will normally do anywhere from 10 to 12 braids. As of lately, it's been 12 braids. The ones on the side to me don't really matter because, I don't know, it feels like my hair not necessarily is thinner there, but it's not as dense on my sides as it is in the middle. So I'm able to get away with doing bigger braids on the side. But if you guys don't know how to braid to the scalp, this part is going to be kind of hard. I also have a video from a while back on how I braid to the scalp. If you guys want me to do an updated version, then please comment down below because I haven't posted one in probably like 2 years or so. Yeah, you guys can choose to either braid your hair to the scalp the way that I'm showing you, or you guys saw that I just like changed my hand position. You guys can braid on the scalp like this as well. I know it's kind of hard to explain. You really honestly just have to practice braiding hair. That's really all I can tell y'all because I don't know how to explain it. But in the next clip, I'm going to be showing you guys the most important part of this entire video, and that is how you can add your tail end into your braid. So you pick it up at the end from the first braid, And I slowed it down for y'all so y'all can see. I grabbed it with my index finger and then I continued to braid it down to the scalp. Now I know I'm not really explaining it that well, but if you guys look and see what I'm doing, you pretty much just pick the tail end up, attach it to the second braid by grabbing it with your index finger on the hand that's like holding the rest of the hair, and then you continue to braid to the scalp. There are other ways of like doing the braiding pattern for wigs, but this is just how I do it. I believe that this is how a lot of the professional people do it. So I try to get my installs flat like I've said. This is just what works for me. I've been doing my hair for a long time, so if this is kind of hard for you all, I apologize. This is not really the tutorial on how to braid to the scalp or how to cornrow. This is more so a tutorial showing you guys how you can fit a lot of hair underneath wigs, or how you can get your like base or your foundation like very flat so your wigs won't look like a wig. It'll actually look like your scalp. So again, you pick the tail end up, you grab it with your index finger on the hand that's holding all of the hair from the braid that you're currently doing, and then you just continue to do the braiding pattern. This is the last braid that I will do on the right side of my head. I know it looks like the left, but it's actually my right side of my head. And as you guys can see, I have 6 braids. So once I get done with the 6th braid, I will start on the other side of my hair. The reason behind this is because I don't want the tail end that's going to be left out for my braid to end up by my ear. I would prefer for it to be in the middle, because depending on what type of install you're doing, the braid pattern that I'm showing you guys is going to work for middle parts or side parts, not necessarily for like 360, because for 360s or like full lace wig installs, I would prefer to do like a beehive in the middle. But basically, I just don't want the tail end left out on the side by my ear because it may cause me some problems. That's just what I've noticed, but it's just what works for me. The last braid is the most important braid, because on this one, you guys will be adding 2 tail ends into your braid instead of 1. So you guys will be adding in the tail end from the 6th braid that you did on the right side, as well as the 5th braid that you have on your left side. And you just add them in the same way that I've been showing you guys a few minutes ago. And then you just continue to braid down until you get all your hair braided. And this is gonna look a lot better versus you having your tail end left off by your ears, because it'll help you have an even more flawless install. Once you're done braiding, your foundation should look exactly like this. It's very flat in the front, and then all of your hair is tucked. You're gonna look like you don't even have hair underneath your wig. There are 3 different ways to do the step that you guys see me doing here. I'm using a crochet needle only because it's a lot easier, but I also could not find my needle and thread. So you guys can also sew your braid down, the loose braid that is, if you want to. I would say that that's probably the hardest out of the 3 options. If you want to sew it down, again, you can do that, but I'd be too lazy to do that, and I don't leave my braids in for that long, so I just don't see the point. This option with crocheting is a lot more beginner friendly, because crocheting, it really ain't nothing to it. You put the hook under, you open the latch, put the braid through, close the latch, pull it back. It's very, very simple, I promise you guys. So like I said, this is probably, out of all 3 options I gave y'all, I would probably use the crochet needle the most, just because it gives me the neatest look. And it's also easy, and it saves me a lot of time versus me threading the needle and doing all that extra, or yanking my hair and hurting my head trying to tuck it through with my fingers. Once you're done crocheting your hair, you guys are more than welcome to apply your oil drops to your scalp or hair grease, whatever you want to do. And that's pretty much it. Your foundation should look something like this. This was a very quick and simple video. I just wanted to come on here and help you all. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace. Thank you.